One of the things I did on Trish's Volkswagen right after we got it was put all new brakes on it, front to rear, including new lines, master cylinder, brake cylinders, and everything. Well, it did fine for about a year, and then the brakes got really spongy, and you know, I thought that it had a bad line that runs from the reservoir down to the brake because it was kind of rusty. So I replaced the line, bled them, and bled them 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 some more, and I couldn't get it to bleed out. I couldn't get the pedal to come back. So I finally decided that maybe that master cylinder, even though it was new, was bad. So went out and bought me a new master cylinder, and I'm bench bleeding it today. And I thought I'd show you this just to show you what bench bleeding is. It's basically getting the air out of the master cylinder before you put it on the car. What I've done is, because this one has an external reservoir, I've hung the reservoir up here, and the line comes down, the brake fluid goes in here. There's 3 lines out of here, plus a little connector where you put your brake light sending unit. So I've run one line right into the top here, and I've got that tube running back over to my reservoir. And what I'm going to do is I stick a screwdriver in here, and I push this to, you know, mimic the actions of pushing a brake pedal, and then that forces the air back into the reservoir. If you look, you can see the bubbles when I push this. See those bubbles? Those are bubbles that are air that's being forced out of the cylinder when I pump that thing. And when there's no more air coming out of it, that means there's no more air in here. At that point, I can put this on the car. Now, one of the things I'm noticing here is a little air right here, and that's one of the concerns I had, was how good was this connection. It used to have a metal pipe that came in and bolted into the top of the old cylinder. That metal pipe rotted out, and the new cylinder came with this hose. Looks to me like this hose deal. Well, let's see. I see air. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I see air inside here. If there's air inside here, it's defeating my purpose. So I'm going to have to mess with this a while. I may wind up reinventing the hose connection that goes from one to the other there. I'll play with that. Okay, she's fixed now. And I did not change the master cylinder. When I was bleeding out this other master cylinder, I kept seeing air right in this area here where the fluid comes down from the reservoir. So I worked on the way this fitting fits, and I got it fixed basically, and I put it back on the car with the master cylinder that was already on there, which it was new anyway, and I knew it shouldn't be giving me a problem. And bled her all out, and she bled out good, and she's running good and stopping good and everything. So I'm going to move the Rambler out of the way and take it out for a little drive, see how the brakes feel.